Don't Look into the Mirror, a realistic home horror story. I shouldn't have shared this because some things don't fade when you talk about them. They spread. If you're listening to this right now and there's a mirror in the room you're in, you can pause the video. I'm not saying this as a threat. I'm saying it as a warning. That night, I was home alone. I'm saying this specifically because being alone makes what happened feel more real. It wasn't late, but the light in the house looked dimmer than usual. The walls felt closer to me. The silence wasn't a familiar silence. It felt like the house wasn't breathing. I was walking from the living room to the bedroom and passed by the mirror, like always, without looking. But this time, something stopped me. It was instinctive, a feeling I couldn't explain. I turned my head. At first glance, everything looked normal. Me was me. My clothes, my posture, my face, everything was the same. But then I noticed something. My reflection wasn't moving at the same time as me. It was a very small delay, as short as a blink, but long enough to notice. My heart didn't race. I didn't scream, because my mind kept telling me this wasn't possible. I moved again. I raised my arm. My arm moved. But the one in the mirror hesitated for a moment, then it followed. I stepped closer to the mirror, right up to the glass. But my reflection wasn't looking at me. Its eyes weren't focused on my eyes. It felt like it was staring at something behind me. The moment I realized this, my throat went dry. I didn't speak to the mirror. I didn't say my name, but it knew me. It pressed its fingers against the inside of the glass. Its nails made a thin scratching sound. That's when the mirror cracked, a very thin crack, but real. I stepped back. It stepped back too, but not at the same time. There was no longer any synchronization between us. I turned toward the door without looking back. My hand was on the door handle when I heard my own voice, whispering, "Don't go." It was my voice, but it didn't come from my mouth. I didn't turn around. I knew very clearly that I shouldn't, but I saw something coming out of the mirror. Long, thin hands with more joints than they should have. They weren't coming through the glass. They were coming through the wall. The wall looked like it was rippling. I opened the door, but the hallway wasn't my hallway. The walls were taller, the light was colder, and mirrors. Mirrors were everywhere, and in every one of them, there was the same thing, me. But none of them looked like me. Their eyes were reddish, their mouths were moving. There was no sound, but all of them were whispering the same words. "It's your turn now." Suddenly, everything stopped. The lights turned on. The house returned to normal. The hallway was my hallway again. I collapsed to the floor and stayed there for a long time. When morning came, I thought it was over. I didn't go to the police. I didn't tell anyone. Until I was cleaning the mirror and noticed something. There were fingerprints on the glass, too high for me to reach, and in the corner of the mirror, a thin crack. It looked like it had been struck from the inside. Since that day, I don't look at mirrors for long, because some nights I wake up and I hear a very faint breathing sound coming from inside the mirror. It's not my breath. If, while listening to this, you suddenly feel the urge to turn around, that's not a coincidence, but please don't turn, and please, after this video ends, don't look into a mirror.